217 Recovery Podcast. It is Saturday, July 20th. I'm Corey Winfield and have a gaggle of people. Is that what they call? What do they call those, Greg?
Gaggle.
Gaggle of ducks or geese? Geese.
Gander.
Have a gaggle of recovery people here, and we're actually at Anna Crib.
What's up? This is Anna Drevich. How are you tonight? Oh.
What? You do what every time? Okay, well, I'm not sure what's going on there. But welcome. We appreciate you listening. And before we get started in our podcast, I do want to talk about something that's coming up in Traverse City. It's at the Park Place Hotel. It's on the 22nd of August. I'm so excited because I finally got an email back. And it said that pretty much we're going to be like the media sponsor. So we get to be there. We get to talk to the speakers. It's called Rethinking Addiction. And I can't wait. I've seen some of the stuff that they have on YouTube, and the speakers are really good. One of them's transgender. It's interesting. And this is just me being not familiar with it, but it looks like a man. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know what that means.
So, just based on what I know about transgender identity, if they look like a man, then it's a man. They identify as a man. Okay. Yep.
So, yeah, but I mean, it's just one of those things that I just don't know enough about, and I'm very uneducated. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not cracking jokes here. I'm uneducated about that, and I'm excited to learn more about it.
Yeah, and let me correct myself. I did not mean to say it, they.
Whoa.
I apologize.
Whoa.
You know I don't discriminate.
No, Anna, you don't.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of not discriminating, we have my girlfriend here.
My name is Jamie, and I'm glad to be with you guys tonight.
All right, well, we're glad to have you here. Maybe we'll get into some deep conversations with you.
Perhaps, and also...
Anna, do you ever get into deep conversations with Jamie about recovery?
All the time. Actually, a lot more lately.
Any juicy stuff come up?
Often, and
nice,
some of them
well-rounded conversations, I'm sure.
Very well-rounded. I mean, still learning new things about each other. So
never just like a big slap in the face or anything. It's just like it's recovery. You know, you guys are learning about each other. That's good.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
No, definitely. She's been nothing but supportive in my recovery.
Just make sure you don't rub her the wrong way. Because you don't want that affecting the relationship, you know, when you get into too deep with some stuff. Because I had a girlfriend I rubbed the wrong way once, and whoo, let me tell you, it was not good.
Yeah.
It was all over. She was all over the place. She came at me like a barracuda. She was just like, oh, Corey! Ah! Next thing I know, I'm like, if she was so mad, she was just squirting in my face, like just spitting out of her mouth, like in my face. I was like, what are you doing?
Out of her mouth?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. Because it got to that point. I just closed my eyes. And I just felt liquid on my face.
Did you go back for more?
Oh yeah. She was a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, you were saying
a cunning linguist.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. All
You're
right.
so funny. You and your little jokes.
Mm-hmm.
We're being
you
serious
too.
here.
Yeah. Okay.
Anna, let's just be serious tonight.
Okay.
All right, let's bring it back down. You got your jokes, you got your joke in. Let's get back to the seriousness of it. That's cool, Jamie. I'm glad that you're here. We'll get with you a little bit later. And our friend Greg is here, mutual friend Greg. We were in treatment center together. I don't want to say the name of the place because they don't pay me money, and I don't really care for them all that much. But we had a good time. We made it.
Oh yes, we did.
We made it. Awesome.
We had a blast. I mean, I guess it's what you make out of it, so
it is.
You know,
you were lucky enough to be there at the right time before they started changing stuff. And
absolutely.
I don't know though. You know, it was a little hectic. A little hectic.
I mean, it kind of needed to be.
Yeah, you know, kind of ruffle you up a little bit, something different.
30, 35 people, maybe 40. I don't remember what it was at the time, but yeah, I think you're going to get 40s. People that are going to make you feel the way that you don't want to feel. You're going to get angry, and it's perfect.
It's the environment that you need because, I mean, by the time you get back out into the real world, I mean, you're going to deal with all that. Mm-hmm. You know, so to deal with it in treatment is just a plus. in my eyes. If it was cushiony and, you get pampered, what are you going to learn? Nothing.
And when you went in, what was your mindset? Were you like, I'm going to be here for a week? Were you already putting a time limit? Well, I mean, sometimes when you go there, too, insurance will put a time limit on it for you. Or whatever county you're out of, Swinba, which is southwest Michigan, where I came from. We have a little city called Benton Harbor there, which changes everything. We can get as much as we want. You can go for 90 days if you want. That's no problem. Other people only get 2 weeks. But your mindset when you went in there, you weren't.
No, when I went in, I was ready for it, and that's what each day, I took that as a new learning experience. I didn't, not to say I didn't slack off, but I still did what I was supposed to while I was there. I didn't put, anybody besides myself. I put myself first, and that's all that mattered while I was there. Worked out fine. So far. Yeah, knock on wood. You're making another 24, and you missed. This was your first time in treatment? Yep.
So the whole missing family, missing your daughter, it's pretty tough, wasn't it?
It was hard. For my girls, they're here just for the summers, but for my wife, I was there every day for her. Not to be, that was hard, but the first week there, I had to kind of put that back behind me because it started, I was worrying about her more than I was worried about myself. And I realized it probably the first weekend.
What a gift to be able to do that, because I'll tell you what, I put so many things before my recovery, and we know I went good baker's dozen, and and to have that gift given to you so immediately, I'm just grateful that you were able to do that. I mean, that shows strength and just maturity. Absolutely.
She's called you old, Greg. Greg's not that old.
It's the gray.
Yeah. Greg, and you're from Saginaw.
Saginaw, yep.
Saginaw represent. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of drug people over there. I know a couple hoes from Saginaw. I'm just kidding. A couple dudes from Saginaw. Should I rephrase that? A couple guys over there. They're hoes?
Couple bros.
No, not my hoe. I'm just saying, they seem to get around. Oh. But I wasn't talking about women or anything. I don't talk about women that way. I love women. A lot. A super lot. Women are the best, aren't they, Jamie?
I tend to agree. I prefer a woman as well.
Yeah, just something about it. But, so, Greg, when you first came in there, though, it was your first time into treatment. A lot of people, they're scared to go to treatment. They don't want to. When I went into treatment the first time, I was scared, man. I was like, what am I getting myself into? And I flew all the way to California. So I had a lot of time to think about it. And what would you say to somebody who is going to treatment for the first time, fresh, out of recovery, doing well? Like, what piece of advice would you give? Like, what was something that you were worried about that when you got there, you're like, not so bad?
I would have to say the biggest thing, it was missing family. That was the biggest thing for me. But I would say if you're not a family man, or if you don't have kids, nothing like that. I'm just saying. Like, I'm not pointing fingers here, but just being away from home, I'm sure probably. But for me, it was nice to get out of the city, so that was nice. But family was a big obstacle for me. Just to be able to try to balance it out, because we all know back home it's all messed up too. You're waiting on that when you get back. So it's a juggle, really. It really is, trying to keep both separate, but at the same time kind of bring a little bit in to your relationship. So when you get home, a little bit easier transition.
Have you noticed your real friends are actually around now? Or did you not really socialize with people?
No, family? I didn't really have any friends besides those friends. So, yeah.
Those were friends. That's fine.
Yeah. I'm happy. I like my life.
Do you remember, I don't know if you were there when Jamie was there, bald-headed guy.
Oh, I seen him the other day.
Oh, we'll get into that in a minute.
Yeah.
But
he wasn't.
Yeah, I was talking to him the other day, and pride is an MFer, man. It really is. And I went through it too. You know, being on the radio and had a house, had a nice car, and then I started losing it. You know,
throw a little ego in there too.
I started when I would go to the store and people were like, "Hey, what happened?" You know, and where I'm from, it's a small town, and everybody, when are you going to get back on the radio? When are you going to do this? When are you going to do that? You know, and meanwhile, I'm losing my house, I'm losing my car. Things are just going haywire, and it's hard to just be humble. I think you have to learn to be humble. You can't just go, I'm going to be humble today. You have to feel it, man. You have to get that stuff taken away. And I was kind of telling him that because he kind of seemed like he was going through a phase where, you know, he said something about, you know, I can't live on $25 an hour. Dude, you'd be surprised what you can live on. Try living on $13 an hour. You cut out all that crap you don't need. You cut out those friends that, supposedly friends that are like, oh, well, he used to have this and that. Okay, bye. I don't need you. I don't care what you think about me. You know, my sister, my mom, my brother, they love me. And they actually hated the radio Corey. They hated that guy. He was drunk all the time. He was an ass. And the fact that when they see somebody in the newspaper that killed themselves that are 36 to 41, you know, white male, they don't have to go, oh my God, is it Corey? They're so happy when they see me that they don't have to deal with that anymore. And that is what matters in life. And once you can realize that and realize it's not your car, you know, I'm blessed with a car. It runs. I mean, something breaks all the time, but you know what? I still have it. And I have a job. I have friends, real friends, and I have family. And that's what matters in life, man. It really does. And, you know, but like I said, you'll notice probably with your family then that they kind of are just like, oh, it's nice to have you back. Right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You know, when I first told my mom and I don't talk like that, first off, but when I first told her, you know, my father had a problem, and she just broke down crying. She was just so excited, so happy, you know, that she wouldn't have to, you know, she's seen her husband go down that road and not come back, you know, and now her son. So just for her and my wife, I know with my wife, it was taxing. It was taxing. Constantly lying and, you know, taking money, just everything. The person that you're not. And now for everybody, it's just a relief. For me, it's a relief. I don't have to worry about where I'm getting this, where I'm getting that. I just enjoy each day now. Like, honestly, I make the choice when I wake up if I'm going to be a dickhead or not, you know? It seems to be working out.
Did you tell your mom your drug of choice?
Yeah.
And was she like, ooh?
She didn't understand it. She really didn't understand it. She was just like, okay, how does that make you, you know, like I had to explain it to her. She's used to alcoholism and everything else, so but now she understands, she gets it, and that's another big thing too, coming out, you know, after you come out, educating your family, your friends. Mm-hmm. You know, some of the stuff you may have learned, whatever, just educate them on what you're going through, and what can help with your recovery. Because they're all there for you.
And not everybody knows, you know, especially our family members who, you know, might have, you know, seen somebody in the family with alcohol problem. And they just, oh, he's a drunk. Oh, but, you know, some of the other substances that people use, you know, are just a replacement. You know, I mean, it could have been alcohol, it could have been meth, it could have been heroin, it could have been anything, man. And that's what you chose. But they don't understand the addiction part. But that's what, you know, it is nice to explain to them, like, hey, look, you know, like, I'm not a bad person. I know you've seen a movie where a guy was doing this or doing that, and oh, yeah, that's not how it is. That's not life. And you're a good person. And they know that, you know, and so don't be afraid to let them know that you're not afraid to be out in recovery. You know, it's like, hey, I'm in recovery. You know, I used to do that. I don't anymore. Life is good. You know, that's the kind of message that we need to send out to people. And my mom, you know, love her to death. You know, she at first she didn't understand. And hopefully, man, that was your first and only time in treatment.
Hope so.
But I put my mom through hell, and at first it